There were many things Joe did that confirmed he was the one. Painstakingly picking out all the red M&Ms for me whenever we went to the cinema, always leaving the light on for me in the hall if I came home late from a night out, a cling film wrapped plate of something waiting in the microwave. The way he'd reach for me subconsciously in his sleep, pulling me tight against him as though unwilling to be apart from me for a single second, and how he always let me have the last spring roll.
"You're just seeing what you want to see,"
Joe declared, his chopsticks hovering territorially over the one remaining spring roll, my spring roll. You wouldn't dare. My narrowed eyes screamed silently across the dining table. Oh, I would. His cornflower blue irises winked back at me behind their tortoise-shell frames. Joseph Andrew Carter, I'm telling you, I know what I saw, I insisted, brandishing my weapon of choice, a prawn cracker.
"So, let me see if I've got this right."
Chopsticks lowered, Joe leaned back in his chair, hands behind his head, elbows splayed. He had that look on his face, that annoying, I'm just humouring you, but I know I'm right look, where the corner of his mouth hitched, and his right eyebrow shot so far up his forehead it disappeared into his hairline.
"Ryan Reynolds was in front of you in the queue at Mr. Howe's, as in the Ryan Reynolds."
Green Lantern himself?
"Did you speak to him?"
"Well, no."
"See his face?"
"His back was to me, but I'd know the back of that head anywhere." I swooned with the confidence of a woman who could quote The Proposal word for word. And that voice, I shuddered, something inside me melting like butter on hot toast. Never have the words, set menu, A, sounded so sexy. Aha! Joe mic-dropped his chopsticks, a look of smug satisfaction spreading across his face.
"Even if we overlook the impossibility of Ryan Reynolds knowing that Hove exists, let alone having a reason to be here, and then the added 1 in a million chance of him fancying a Chinese from our local, I think we both know he's not a set menu A kind of guy. Had you said the Holy Grail that is set menu D, on the other hand, with its prawn dumplings and deluxe appetizer sharing platter, you might have persuaded me."
"You're just jealous because he's on my list," I huffed, going to fetch the plates from the kitchen. The plates that, every Friday, Joe placed on the table and we duly ignored, choosing to eat straight from the containers before stacking the clean plates back in the cupboard, ready for the process to be repeated the following week. It was part of our routine, a routine that started with me picking up our usual order from Mr. Howe's on my way home from work. When I closed the front door of our flat behind me at 6:30 p.m, my shoes would join the pile of mismatched left and rights that formed a small mountain in the corner of our hallway, my handbag and jacket dumped on the bench beside them, the latter normally sliding down onto the floor, where it would remain until Joe rescued it later.